The truth is, a lot of us say we believe in God, but we don't live like we do. We don't behave like we do. We walk around with our heads down. We walk around with this stress and weight on our shoulders. We walk around with anxiety. We walk around with worry. We walk around in fear, in lack. If you have ultimate belief that what God said is going to happen and what he says is true, then why are you scared? Why aren't you stretching yourself? Why aren't you building that business that you say you want to build or that you pray for? Why aren't you doing those things? Why aren't you losing that 25 pounds you've been trying to lose since high school 20 something years ago? Why aren't you losing that? Why aren't you going on that trip? Why aren't you investing in that stock? Why aren't you doing those things that you pray and wish and hope for? It's because you don't believe. You don't really believe. You say it because it seems nice, a nice thing to say. It's what you should say. It's how you should feel. It's how you should behave, but you don't really. Because if you did, you would stretch yourself. You would go after those things that you say you want. Those things you get on your knees at night and pray for. I don't understand it. I didn't even understand it when I was living like that. And now that I don't live like that at all, I definitely don't get it. And the only thing it keeps coming back to me is that we don't really believe like we say we believe, like we think we believe. You don't believe in God. You just don't. And I know that's probably scary to say and maybe blasphemous to some of you, but you don't. You don't act like it. You go to church every Sunday. You say your prayers every night, your grace before every meal, but you don't behave like you really believe. You don't do the things that people that believe things, that believe in the things that they say they believe, behave. You don't do it. You just don't. So you just walk around in fear and lack and worry every day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, until that's your entire life. That's the way you want to live your life, in fear. You're scared you're going to go to hell. You're scared of that.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
I just don't understand it. Like I said, I didn't understand it when I was doing it. I definitely don't understand it now. Life is way too short to not go after the things that you say you want, that you say you believe God for, but you don't go after them. You go into that job every day. Every day. You hate it. And I'm not saying everybody needs to be opening some business and being some kind of entrepreneur, but whatever your particular thing is, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you going after it? Why aren't you getting that car you say you want? Why aren't you getting that house you say you want? You don't believe. That's what it comes down to. You don't believe. You say you do. You don't act like it though. And like I said before, and I say a lot in these videos, life is too short. It is ending a second at a time. But you can keep going on and distracting yourself. I live in the South. It's football season and people love it. And we love to distract ourselves with the Tigers and the Saints and the high school football and all this other mess. And before you know it, these days going to add up. And you're going to have more days behind you than you have in front of you. And then what? Who wants to get to the end of their life when they're laying in some bed, some hospital room, and looking back over their life and realize that they have lived in fear and never went after any of the things they say they wanted, the things they prayed about and claimed that they wanted, talked about, wrote in their journals about? I don't get it. I don't get it. But you can keep distracting yourself. You can keep wasting your time and thinking, I hope you do have eternity. I hope you do, because this side is short. This side will be over soon. So what you going to do in the meantime? What are you going to do in the interim? You going to live your life, or you just going to exist? The choice is yours. It's up to you. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to push and stretch and go after the things that I want. To be the person that I want. I'm not going to get to the end and with regret, living in fear, laying in a bed, crying because I didn't do the things that I wanted to do.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry.
I didn't go to places I wanted to go. I didn't experience all that life has to offer because I was scared. Because that's all it is. You're scared. You're scared to test that faith you claim you have. You're scared. No way to live. No way to live. All right, till next time.